Drip autoresponder sequences, in Drip we call them campaigns, are used in a number of ways, and in this video I'm going to show you the most common ways. Far and away one of the most common ways you see drip campaigns used are for lead gen. And so this is most often when you have some kind of opt-in offer on your site, like a crash course, a sample chapter of an ebook, something that your site visitors find valuable and educational that they would be interested enough to give you their email address to receive. And so the goal of these campaigns is to get someone to opt in to your list, to nurture them, and to then convert them to a customer. And so what you're seeing here probably is familiar to you. You may have even submitted this widget. It's a drip widget that promotes your lead magnet. It gets people to opt in to your list. And so it's used primarily for lead generation. And when someone submits this widget, they're then triggering this workflow in Drip. And you can see that this trigger is submitted the form, and then a tag is applied, and then the campaign is sent. And here's a look at that campaign. And so you're seeing that there's 7 emails here, and over the course of about a week, the subscriber learns to trust you and the information that you're providing, and you become an authority in the topic. They get used to receiving emails from you, and maybe you even pitch your product, which then leads to a conversion or a sale. Another very common form of drip campaign is when you have a purchase. Sometimes this is called a tripwire product. It's something like an ebook or a lower value product that you offer that is getting people to opt into your list, and then once that purchase is made, you nurture that subscriber until you upsell them to your higher value item. So you can see here the trigger is that they're purchasing a product via Gumroad. You're doing some automatic segmentation using tagging. You record a conversion, so you can see that in your conversion reporting in Drip. That's something, if you want to learn more about conversion reporting, check out the video in this series on that. And then you send a confirmation email confirming that that purchase is made. And then you can get a little bit more complex. And so in this workflow, you're seeing there's a fork where the subscriber is going down 2 paths at the same time. And on the left, you're seeing that there is a decision. Are they tagged with purchased video series? And if they're not, send an upsell campaign. And you can see that there's a goal below that if they make a purchase, they're going to be pulled out of that campaign. They will stop receiving those upsell emails. Regardless of whether they've purchased the video series or not, they will get the post-download campaign. And so if someone has not purchased the video series already, they'll get both the upsell campaign and the post-download campaign. And if they have purchased the video series, they'll only get the post-download campaign. Lastly, another very common kind of drip campaign is the post-conversion or lifecycle campaign. And so this is very commonly used when someone signs up for a SaaS product. They've converted because they've either started using the product or they're trialing with the product, but you're still trying to get them to get full value out of that tool. And so you're encouraging them to have high engagement with the tool, to use it fully, to really take advantage of all the features. And so they'll stick around longer and be a longer term recurring customer. And so this is most commonly used with a subscription kind of model of a business. So SaaS companies or coaches or trainers will commonly see this kind of campaign in place. And so one model for this would be when someone starts registration with your product, that triggers a workflow. They are sent a campaign that recognizes that they've signed up, they're in your system, maybe they're not fully using your product yet. And so in this case, you can see that that campaign is sent and they're getting a missing card campaign, urging them to add their credit card information. Then when they start a trial, they automatically trigger this goal and they are segmented with this tag applied. And there's a 5-day delay here. During that 5-day delay, we're basically waiting for them to complete guided setup of the product. And if they haven't completed guided setup, they'll then get this did not complete guided setup campaign. But if they do complete guided setup, they will trigger this goal here at the bottom. Now, when they trigger the goal, they'll be pulled out of that campaign. So let's say that they do complete guided setup during this 5-day delay. If they do complete the guided setup during that time, they won't ever enter this campaign because they've completed guided setup. They'll leapfrog down to this goal here. In that case, they'll never get this email that says, "Did you forget about your trial account?" That will only go to people who, after that 5-day delay, have not completed guided setup. And there you have it, 3 very common kinds of drip autoresponders, including some automation that make them really powerful. If you have any questions about how to set up drip campaigns for your own use, you should definitely drop us a line at support@getdrip.com.